All right. A very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. That is Abigail Chams and Harmonize. And I say, Me Too, playing right here on Blue Radio Breakfast Vibe. It is 32 minutes past 8 a.m. Kama kawaida, we are in the building with our guests of the day. We have Madam Vanessa Obura in the building today. Na amekuja na mgeni, amekuja na a counterpart. Let them introduce themselves to you. Guys, you can speak to us on our social media pages, Blue Radio KE, at Voice of Andy, at Kish Beryl, hashtag Andy and Kish in the morning. And today we are talking about a schoolapp. Yeah, so let them introduce themselves, alafu then we'll get started from there ili tuweze kuelewana, right? Karibuni sana.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am doing great. Welcome to Blue Radio.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. My name is Vanessa Obura.
Right.
I'm the regional Anglophone director for schoolapp.
Yes.
And with me I have Racheal. Racheal, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Racheal Mukami. I handle legal, administration and business to business in schoolapp. Yes.
Karibuni sana, Madam Vanessa and Racheal Mukami. This is Blue Radio. How are you feeling being here today?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Vanessa, what is your morning routine?
My morning routine.
Yeah. How is your morning like every single day?
Like every single day.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's not the same every day because some days you wake up earlier than others, but generally wake up, pray, and then meditation, thinking of what I'm supposed to do
Meditation.
in the day, and then coffee.
Right. Coffee.
Yes.
That's your morning prize.
Yes.
Coffee. That's nice. How about you?
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having us.
Karibu sana.
I think we are kind of similar with Vanessa because I also wake up, I pray and plan my day and go outside for a breeze, then start my day.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll begin by defining what schoolapp is, and then we can get to understand schoolapp from there.
So, schoolapp, I would like to say schoolapp is an educational platform that's disrupting everything with technology when it comes to education.
Yeah.
So we are a platform that focuses on creating solutions through technology to help bridge the gap that's there, basically making education accessible to all.
Yeah.
So that's the vision that we have. With technology that's there, everyone should have access to quality education. Everyone should have access to content, accessible content. Everyone should be able to access what their other fellow students around the world are accessing. So schoolapp tries to, all the solutions that we come up with is to help make sure that we are playing a role and making sure that people have access. It doesn't matter on your background, where you're from or where you're situated, you have access to quality education around the world. Yes.
Nice. Creating solutions. I love that. What are some of these challenges that schoolapp is trying to fix?
Great. So let me start off with one challenge that we discovered. So when schoolapp started in Kenya, first I'd like to say that we are present in a number of African countries.
Yeah.
And in Kenya, we officially started last year in Kenya. So before we started, we had to do a lot of groundwork. Though we have experience in other countries, we still had to do groundwork in Kenya to find out what exactly it is that Kenyans need, the exact gap, because you don't want to just come and most times we think we know the problem, but you need to have conversations on the ground and actually realize what the actual problem is. So we had a solution to manage schools. So I think what the thing that came to mind, the first solution that we wanted to tackle was we are becoming a paperless society. So schools and papers, most of the time when you enter a school and you enter a director's office, the first thing you see are piles and piles of documents. And sometimes when a certain teacher, administrator or accountant is looking for a student's record or something, it can take them days because they're trying to find a specific document, and the process becomes a lot, and then information is lost. So we try to say, okay, why don't we come up with a system and a solution? First, paperless. We reduce the paper that is the paper trail, the paper to reduce that, and then also to make things easily accessible to everyone, and once to have information all in one place. That's the first solution that we had envisioned. And then now, how do we do that? We come up with a platform on the phone, for example. So we came up with an app version to do that, because the phone is something that we work with. Everyone these days has a phone. And it's something that's growing, and now it's even across all generations that people have the basic knowledge on how to use a phone. So that's something that we envisioned. And then another thing that we now started understanding is that even though people have access to phones, there's still, and you're running a school, there's still a huge number of, number one, people who still don't know how to use technology. That's number one. Number two, it's the availability is there, but also not everyone has the access to the devices. So that's another thing that we discovered, that device it can be hard because of the muscle to purchase devices. So even though you come up with a technology, if no one is able to access that technology, you're creating something that's of no value. So yes, we are a company. Yes, the world is moving very fast. Technology is available everywhere, but the truth of the matter is, even though that happens, how do people access that technology? So that's one thing that we had to identify, and we noticed that people have access, yes, but some still do not have the capability of acquiring that, let me say, device. So that's another challenge that we realized. So what we started doing is, even though we provide the technology, the devices as well, what we started doing is also providing them. So we were bridging the gap of accessibility by providing a gadget. So we are not just disrupting the space by bringing the technology, we are also providing a solution by making devices accessible so that people can access that technology. So that's also something that we've been doing. So now another challenge that we discovered was there were many challenges in terms of the digital literacy rate. Yes, Kenya is advanced, but the truth is there's still a lot of work to be done. So that's another solution as well that we provide. So we also focus on training, we also focus on accessibility, and we also focus on the technology. So that is what we do. And am I missing out on anything, Racheal?
As she said, I'm currently doing a project of equipping schools and also making it more flexible. As she mentioned, we have an issue with the financial muscle in schools. So we've come up with a strategy of a stretched payment plan on gadgets. And by gadgets, I mean all sorts of gadgets, printers, projectors, laptops, desktops, and according to the needs of the school. So we offer these gadgets on a 5-month payment plan, where the schools can pay in installments and still get access to the gadgets. So that's another solution we've come up with as schoolapp. Yeah, it's
I actually
a good thing.
thought the gadgets were free for the schools.
No. We do provide
Yeah.
if for any school director that wants to work with us.
Yeah.
We do if they ask for it, if they request for a gadget, we do provide it for the school. But also, if you want to buy, because some people want to buy in bulk, and that's when Racheal's initiative comes into play. So we do provide gadgets for free to school directors that want to work with us. Yes.
Yeah. That is amazing. Something that has come up to help solve all these problems that we've been facing in our schooling system, papers, readily available content, and all that, and that is really amazing. Let's talk about localization of content, because school systems are not the same in these countries, in the Anglophone countries. Like for example, in Ghana, the system might be different from the CBC we have here in Kenya. So how do you make sure that how do you localize the content in our school app?
First of all, we work a lot with the stakeholders. So, for example, KICD. I mean, we have to make sure that we work as per. So what you do is we work with the different stakeholders to make sure that whatever that we have is in tune with what with the system.
Yeah.
So it means getting the information. So let me give a practical example. Attending seminars, for example, that they provide to help educate us and to teach us what exactly is going on. Because, for example, when CBC was introduced, there's even up to date, there's still a lot that needs to be learned, because the system is quite thorough, and if you don't grasp it, you can get lost.
Yeah.
So you have to attend seminars, workshops that explain CBC and what it's about, the curriculum and how it works. We also work with teachers, for example. They also work with us to help fine-tune the platform to make sure that the content and the curriculum goes as per what the system in Kenya is currently providing. So that's one way of doing it. And then also we also on our platform, we make sure that we make that available. And also we work with publishers. So publishers, of course, have information. They're the ones who create the books. So we also work with them and they provide us with content as well. So that content, teachers have access to it, even parents and students, and they are able to now buy legitimately what according to what the curriculum requires them to have. So that's what we do.
Yes. That is amazing. Racheal, you've said that you are in a project of distributing this the devices.
Yes.
So in what are some of the challenges you're facing while you are distributing your devices? Because we have some schools, let's say for example, ko mashinani mali hakuna stima most of the time. So how are you trying? How schoolapp trying to fix that gap and trying to help these people, maybe when you're on a faces or problems at stima and access to those when you're pia hawana finances enough za kuweza acquire and equip those devices that you're offering.
So some of the challenges, first of all, I mentioned the main issue is lacking the financial muscle to get this equipment. So we try and be a bit flexible. Yes, we've said it's 5-month stretch payment plan, but we are flexible. Maybe a director would want to maybe skip days, and also maybe they've gotten the gadget, they don't want to give it back. So we are flexible. We can stretch that payment plan because we are also working with schools in the mashinani, and we want to accommodate everyone so that that student in Uptown can access and can have the same access to this digital literacy as the one in mashinani. So it's unfortunate that we get some directors who yes, they commit, but we have to really push them to pay, and it's something we're working on, and how to track these devices and all that. Yeah, so I can say that's one of the challenges. Yeah, lack of commitment, but we are working on it. Yeah.
Let's talk about digital literacy. Do you have agents maybe teaching this teachers how to use the school app?
Yes, we have trainers in all regions that we are in. We're in Nairobi, Eldoret, Mombasa, and Migori. So we have agents who go to train. We usually have schedules. So they go to the particular schools according to the schedules that we've given them to train. So they train the directors, the teachers, the staff, anybody who requires training. Yeah.
All right.
They're readily available for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've seen Racheal Jakes tuned in. Anasema, does the school app go to mashinani, and what have been the challenges in that area? So this will be a question for Racheal.
Okay. Thank you for the question. So school app, yes, it's at mashinani. We even have a school at Mala. Mala, I can call it a mashinani area as well. So one of the advantages we have as school app, even against our competitors, is that our app works offline. So we have challenges of electricity, internet in the mashinani, so that should not be a worry because our app works offline. Yes.
That is amazing. It works offline. That was my second question. Sasa kama inatumia internet, watu wana survive namna gani?
I answered the question.
But since it's offline, it means that it is accessible anytime. Hata kama stima inasumbua kidogo, but kama ikona, how long does it stay with the charge? Are those devices, is it any phone or it's a specific device?
It's any phone, as long as it's smart, you can use it. It has to be a smart device. Yes.
So we do iOS and also Android. And what we also do is for areas that we know that there's probably a little bit of it's difficult getting electricity. We provide not just the devices, but also power banks to help support, and power banks and sometimes batteries, depending on the region and what is needed, to help power at least the devices for a long period of time until they get access to electricity. Yes.
Okay. Since school app started, and how many schools have subscribed so far in Kenya?
So far, I think we have about 200.
200.
Yes. We started officially last year. We've been around, let me say, for 3 years, but we officially launched last year. So we've still yet to hit a year. So between last year and now, we've been in Nairobi, we've been to Eldoret, we've been to Migori, and now Mombasa. So we are almost reaching 1 year, and we are looking to have more impact. Yes.
Racheal, what is the feedback since school app started in those schools that you've already entered? What is the feedback? How is the response in those schools?
I could say the response is very positive. It's like they were really waiting for this solution, because as our country director mentioned, it makes work easy. It's just a click away and you have your school managed in an efficient way. So I could say it's very receptive, and us even coming to Mombasa is to expand our territory in Mombasa. Yes.
That is amazing. You said you have competitors. So what makes school app different from your competitors? What makes you stand out?
What makes us stand out is, I would say, number one, we're not just focused on one solution. When I say we have competitors, maybe it's specifically in what we are trying to do. However, we are still different in many other ways, because we focus on other aspects of things that affect education. Let me give an example. What is one of the biggest problems that not only is in Africa but also in Kenya? So number one, let me say certification. There are so many people out there that have certification that unfortunately, some of them are not legitimate, and it makes things hard for people because people falsify their credentials, and then it compromises, it compromises the institutions. It also compromises the institution that you've been hired to. Let me say that, and it's not fair for other people who have actually worked hard to get their credits. So what we've done is we've come up with a solution that helps us verify the legitimacy of a certificate. So that's another solution that we have come up with. You know? So this is also implemented in all types of institutions, higher learning, secondary schools, even primary schools, depending on the institution and what they require. But we are now coming up with solutions to help the education sector. So I would say one thing about us is we don't just focus on one area when it comes to creating solutions. We think of other possible solutions that we are able to fix.
Right. Great. I see Racheal Jakes also saying, Vanessa and Racheal from schoolapp, please share some academic success stories and moments that have stuck out to you with the pupils and students from the schools you serve.
Okay. Let me start actually with the teachers. These schools that we are visiting, the teachers are really happy that we brought this solution because we mentioned it is curriculum-based, Kenyan curriculum-based. So it is helping them mark attendance, plan their lessons, even gaining more knowledge in those lessons. So they really, the feedback is that they really advanced thanks to this. And now that we are also giving equipment, students are really happy that they can access laptops. It makes their work very easy in terms of even doing their homeworks and all that. So I could say we have made positive impact in the society, and this is just the beginning.
I'd like to add, you mentioned the school in Mala. So one thing we are actually, what Racheal hasn't also mentioned is we are starting a schoolapp academy. In Mala, the school that we're working with in Mala. So what amazed me personally with that specific institution is how the school formed itself. So it's in the middle of a kind of arid place. I would say a bit of arid, an arid place. It's a place where internet connectivity is still yet to be reached, and also electricity is a problem. However, the owner, she has done an amazing job with the space, and she's built something incredible, and she's still building, and that's why we've decided to work with her in that specific area, because we've seen how much potential we can have. And I'm amazed by what she has built, because she didn't let the environment limit her, because this is a place there's no internet and there's no electricity, but she's like, let me start small and grow and let it grow. And that's why we decided to work with her, because there's so much potential, and there's so much that we see that we can do in that institution, and we've seen how she's changed the lives in the community around her. It's reached a point where during the holidays, parents send their kids to her school so that they can learn a skill or two, and that's why we want to work with her, because we've seen the impact that she has had in her community.
Right. Those are amazing stories right here by schoolapp, and it's really, you guys are really doing a great job. There's this thing about community, like the African communities, because they say like parents wanasema mmekuja kutuharibia watoto, mnapatia watoto simu wanaenda nazo shuleni, what if they go do other things with the phones? So how has the reception been in the society, like the parents who may accept it, and if they have not accepted, how are you helping them understand that this is something that it's not meant to harm their kids, rather it's meant to scale them up and to enhance their creativity in class?
Okay, so we can regulate we can have a regulation on what content the student is processing and from their devices. So once we have that request, we are able to monitor what is that student looking at, what is the content they're getting from their devices. So it is also there's security in that aspect. I
know you mentioned that it's not online. So how do you do that on the go, or you do it before the devices enter classrooms?
Yes, I mentioned it works online and offline.
Oh, okay.
And once it is on go, like when they're using the device, is when you can put those measures of what they can receive, what they can watch, and all that.
All right, that's clear. Let's talk about this thing that wanasema technology will eventually kick out teachers from the classroom. How will you address a teacher who is afraid of maybe accepting that technology, thinking that one day itanifukuza, kazi itaisha like that, and you guys are going to replace me?
Honestly, technology, from experience, technology, I still think, especially in the education sector, cannot completely replace a teacher. Let me use a teacher as an example, because the technology that we create is to help the teacher teach, to enjoy their teaching, to enjoy teaching. So when we did studies, like when I said we were doing research to help us come up with these solutions, teachers tend to, when you look at a school, and even one of the challenges in the traditional way of how education was being done is like a lot of teachers spend a lot of time in admin work, in the grading, in coming up with content, in marking attendance, there's a lot of administration work. So a lot of time you see the teacher is using their energy on the admin work and not on teaching, for example. So they don't actually have the chance to do what they enjoy doing, which is teaching. Technology that we are creating is to help them now focus on what is important, which is teaching. So it's to help them with their admin work, help them come up with solutions and better ways on how to educate their students, help them come up with technology to help them come up with ways to identify, okay, I think this student may be challenged a bit, this student may be struggling a bit with 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me try and see if another method can help them improve, for example. So technology is not there to replace the teacher. I think for every teacher that's probably out there listening, it's not there to replace your work. It's there to help you, to make your work easier, to help you focus on what you love doing, which is teaching.
Amazing.
Yes.
Maybe I can also add to what Vanessa has said.
Yes.
So in the long run, we also want to be able to administer exams online, so that a student can do the exams online and the teachers can also mark online. So we really still need the teachers, and the essence of us training is training these teachers to pass this digital literacy to the students. So there's no way we'll do away with teachers. They're really needed. This is just a way of making the work easier and more efficient.
Nikiinua mgongo kwa walimu.
Exactly.
One more question. Tech startups usually start with a very big hype once they're entering the market, but now kuna ile sustainability when the initial fundings are dying down. So what is schoolapp doing to make sure that even in 5 years to come, you're still going to be helping the teachers and the schools in this system?
That's a great question. So what I know that our leaders do is, one thing about schoolapp is we are, first of all, sustain ourselves. We are a startup, yes, but we have reached a point where we are able to sustain ourselves because we came up with solutions that actually work, and we came up with something that people actually use and buy. So that's one thing that has helped us with sustainability. Also, working with partners honestly has also helped us. Having partners help us that share the same vision as us has helped us also remain sustainable, because they share the same vision and they feel the impact that we have done. And for us to get that, it means we have to show real value and the real impact that we have had. One thing about schoolapp and what our leadership always say is impact. In fact, our leaders mostly focus on impact more than, revenue, yes, is important, but what is more impactful is having impact, which is changing people's lives and actually having a positive effect on the way they do things. So we focus on that. And what does that mean? It means being patient. I think most people don't understand that you can come up with an idea, have an amazing idea, get the funding, but the reality on ground is whenever, and I think anyone who is running a business successfully right now, whenever you're on ground and reality kicks in, you realize that yes, you could even have a proper solution that works, but you need to be patient. It could take time, but once you start seeing what truly the transformation, you start having more impact, which is what partners want to see, which is what investors want to see. And we are truly thankful that we've been able to actually change lives, have a positive effect on lives, on schools as well, institutions, and even government institutions. We've been able to work with different governments in different countries in Africa. So that is what has helped us remain sustainable. And one thing that I can truly say is schoolapp is an example that startups can work. It started in one country with one person, actually two people's vision. It just started with them, and now we are in different countries across Africa, and we're making it work.
That's amazing.
Yes.
If there was any official from the government listening this morning from the education system, what is that one thing they can do to make sure that you guys remain in market and also feel accepted in the schooling system?
I think the one thing that they can do is work with us and see what we are doing. I would love to work with someone in the government to basically take them through what we are doing, also share their vision, and whether it's in a specific community or Kenya as a whole, we would like to show them the impact and the value that we bring and how our solutions can actually change the education system and have a positive turnaround, for communities and Kenya as a whole. So for me, if anybody from the government is listening, we would like to work with them, hear from them, share with them our ideas and also what we envision doing for Kenya. Yes.
Amazing. That is really amazing. Thank you very much, Racheal, Jakes, Presley, for tuning in this morning, and everybody else who is listening to us in different parts of the nation. Karibuni sana to Blue Radio Breakfast Vibe with me right here, Andy, every single day from Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Utakuwa tupata hapa. And today we heard Madam Vanessa and Racheal in the buildings who are from schoolapp. And ameweza kutuelezea hapa, and I'm pretty sure that we have learned a lot about the schoolapp and how it is impacting our schools. Maybe there is that one thing you had prepared kwa akili ukasema nikifika kwa hiyo radio lazima watajua. I must say this. This is your chance. Let's begin with Madam Racheal.
This was such a nice gesture, and we're really appreciative because now we are getting to be known also through you. So I just encourage everyone to pay a keen eye to schoolapp, because schoolapp is going places. Schoolapp is doing amazing things in schools in terms of digital literacy. And in case of anything, we leave our contacts, and they can reach out. Anyone with a query, they can reach out, and we'll be here to guide them.
Amazing.
And yes, we are looking as well to partner with different stakeholders. Whether if you're a teacher, if you're an institution, feel free to reach out to us. We are willing to work with you. Doesn't matter where you're from. And yes, we are here to stay. We are here to disrupt, and we are here to change the way we do things. And not just to change, but to involve you in the change so that you're part of the change. You will not be left behind. That's what we do. So I would like to say, if anybody would like to reach out to us, our number is 0796 285562. They can reach out to us, call anytime, and we are here to listen to them.
Amazing. Asante sana. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
We appreciate you right here at Blue Radio. We love to see you once more. If you have anything coming up, if you have any campaigns you would like to run with us, umekaribishwa sana Blue Radio.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.